right, there we go. Hey everyone, Richard Carlton here. Welcome to another great day of FileMaker training at fmtraining.tv. I'm the creator of fmtraining.tv, where you can learn all about the FileMaker platform and learn how to build better FileMaker applications for you, your customers, your organization. This broadcast is completely free to everyone and is being broadcast in high definition to Discord, YouTube, and to Twitch. This broadcast is being recorded, which is really great. Of course, we might clean up the recording a little bit, so if we make a malfunction during the live stream, then of course we reserve the right to clean that up on the recording later on. However, because it's a live broadcast, we encourage you to ask questions. In fact, some people get aggravated when there's this dialogue with you and we ask questions. We want questions. If you have a question, odds are other people have the question too. And so I want to thank everyone for logging in. Ken and TK and Dave One, Dave Learning, Ed, Elzo, Carol, Jake, Mike, all of you, welcome once again to another great broadcast. Now, as a reminder, if you want to check out the upcoming broadcast, go to fmtraining.tv, press the left tab for the live button. You can see the upcoming broadcast schedule. That's pretty awesome. Additionally, if you want to help support this channel, right? We always say this, this broadcast is brought to you by fmtraining.tv, bringing you the greatest and the most entertaining FileMaker training videos available. So the idea is that if you want to help support the channel, make sure you check out our on-demand video bundles. We have videos that cover the latest version of FileMaker. We have videos that cover the deploy course. In fact, we used to sell the courses individually. Anymore, it's just much simpler to sell a complete bundle for a low price. We do this on an annual basis. So if you buy one of the bundles, that really helps support the channel. It ensures that we can keep coming back every day, because this broadcast actually takes a lot of money to run. The people here don't work for free. As much as I would love that to be the case, they do want to get paid. So moving along, today's broadcast is being supported by the folks at the Los Osos office. That would be Haley Marie, Christian Olson, and the awesome coaching team down there. They're originating the broadcast. And so let's go ahead and cut over to them right now and get our guest speaker going as well.
Hey, well, welcome back to the stream, everybody. Yeah, this is Christian Olson, as Richard said, here in the Los Osos office. It's another foggy, smoky, we're not quite sure day. But joining us for today's stream is a favorite. We've got Nick Hunter. And Nick, according to the topic, you're building us some warp speed, Stargate, new technology. You want to tell us a little bit about what today's stream is about?
I'm not on warp speed, working on warp speed, but I'm definitely have the Stargate. So that's cool. So we don't need warp speed. If you have Stargate, you don't need warp speed. I'm going. That's the third day of this topic of Carl Star window. So Christian, do you want to start, or am I good to go? Or
I'm gonna have you take over. As Richard said in the opening, and I'm glad everyone got to see a little piece of Richard. In the future, that we'll just have little bite-sized pieces of him. But I want to very much encourage you guys to ask questions. Nick likes that. We like it. And as Richard pointed out, if you have the question, there's a very good likelihood that someone else also has that question. So I already see a few coming in. Nick, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to you, and I'll chime in as needed as questions come in, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Christian. Yeah, thank you, everybody, for being here today. Yes. So today, that's the third day of this topic of Carl Star window. Okay, I know it was kind of a ride for many of you to fathom the true interest of this. Okay, and it was for many people. It's impossible to imagine that a simple window style can change everything. Okay, it's difficult, right? But in fact, it is. It's like the difference between a computer with or without a mouse. What's a mouse? It's a little piece of nothing, right? But if you remove that from your computer, you go back pre-1984 computers, okay? So everything, the big difference is sometimes something makes a big difference. And I like to say the analogy about the TV set, for example. Do you know why we have 500 channels today on TV? Why? It's not because of the TV. It's not because we have a new broadcast system and stuff like that. It's because somebody invented the remote control. That's why we have 200. Otherwise, we still have 4 channel, 5 channel, because you have to get up and turn the channel. If you have 200 channel without the remote control, there's no way you can have the 200. You need the 200 channel. So that's the same way here. A little thing can change everything. So that was my point here. So let's move on here. And so yesterday, some of you asked me, what the decision taker about using Popover, using Carlton window, using other thing, right? What the decision maker? The decision maker is like, if I go to here, for example, and so here I have 2 usage. I'm using Carlton window and I'm using Popover. Okay. So for example, let's say I have a new staff, that Nick Hunter, and I want to enter his address. Okay, so the address is simple. It's streets, city, zip, that address. So it's very small, it's very tiny, it's controllable. You know what I mean? When I say controllable, that means I know how many fields I'm going to show up. When I click this, I know I have address 1, right? Address 2, city, state, California, zip, 95202, and and city, Santa Clara, for example, so see, and you have the address showing up here, right? So I know this is controllable. If I use a Carlton window for that, I'm trying to swat a mosquito with an atomic bomb. It doesn't make any sense. The increase of work to get the Carlton window for that, and especially that those fields here, they are located. Sorry, it takes some time. Those fields are located in the same table as the layouts, right? They are local fields. They are local fields. You don't have the double. See, they are in the same table, so it's okay. It's like if I do this, I move all of this and I move that outside. That's the same thing, right? It's just because I want to combine them in one row, and that is a way to gain to make the thing more understandable. Because an address, when you see an address like that, you know what happened, okay? And then you can edit the address. So this will be part of a course. So I have an announcement here I want to say. So I'm working on with the staff here at RCC to get a course, to get kind of a week, okay, complete a week. We are going to talk about design, but not design like many people are thinking about the design. Because when we say design, people understand multiple things. They understand, oh, I don't care if the button looks good, or I don't care if the background looks good. No, this is not the design. When we call design on the computer science, is the UI UX design, the human interface and the user experience. UI, human interface, and the UX, that the human experience. So we are going to lay down this. So I'm going to explain all those things, like I do for here in this example with the address. So that will be in 2 weeks, I guess, a full week. And we are going to start. We are going to start talking about the very fundamental, the basic of design, so that beginners and new people will like it. And then crescendo, I'm going to go and do deep and go in depth. Okay. So that was an announcement. So here, see, I'm using a popover for that. The name, the same thing, See here, I have Nick M. Hunter, Nick M. Hunter. Okay, so that's the same thing here. The same for phones. You have multiple phones here. So there's no phone, but if I put a 510 or to 408, 555, 5555, okay, so it shows here, okay. Actually it shows, hold on, add an extra file, so, you see it's formatting the cell phone for me. So you don't need a popover is fine for that. It's great. Actually, it's great for that. That is what the popover has been meant for. They never been meant to do what sometimes we're doing. Okay. So now I'm going to show you another. So that the decision maker is this. It's the simplicity or fields on the same table and stuff like that. So now let's show you another way that I'm using the CAR window. Another way I'm using CAR window here. You see here I have different kind of asset here, but here you have this is the button. It's a button here, so you don't want that to be editable. You don't want that to be editable. So so when you create a new entity, you want to add a new entity. This is how I'm organizing. This is how I'm organizing my value list in the system, right? So you have different entities that this is an organization, by the way. This is just for organization. You say, okay, for example, categories, you have all the categories, and when you click here, then you have all the categories here, and you can reorganize. You can put the values here. This is a value list. Remember, we had a course on this, on the value list, how you can create a value list based on records. So this is how I'm doing this. So here, let's say I want to add a new entity, okay? But this is another table. I have a table called here. I have a table called value list entity, okay? It's a table. So let me show you. If I go there, I have a value list entity. See, this is a table. I have a table for that, okay? So whatever inside this is inside another table. So yes, I could have used a popover, right? But this is much better, right? It's much better because it's clean. It pops, so you can dismiss this clicking outside, right? And you know what you do. So you give your user kind of a sense of what they can do, okay? You tell the user know what to do. They create or they cancel, so that is easy to understand what's going on here. When in a popover, sometimes it's you create things, you don't know you create things, and then you didn't intend to create things, but is the thing already created, and you don't have a great control because you are through a relationship. Here I am not. So let me show you how I'm doing this. So I click here, I open a new window, and I want to be in my value list entity table, okay? So I am directly on the table, right? So I open a window, I am in the table entity, I created a new request, and then I go to the field that is there, okay? You see the point here? I go to the entity, I use new record. It's not like using a relationship, you understand? So now the record is created, and you say, okay, yeah, I created a record, but I want to cancel this stuff. I don't want this. So what the cancel do? It deletes whatever record I just created the record, so I cannot go away from that. So I delete the record, and I close the window. I say, okay, sayonara. So you see, the control is much simpler than a relationship with a popover, right? You open a window, You are in the entity, you create a new record, and if you don't want it, you delete it and you close and you go bye-bye, okay? So this is easy to understand. It's simple, okay? New window, new request, bam, a new record. So let's say I want to create, Nick, okay. Yeah, I need to close this. I want to create Nick, okay. Now I want to validate this. Well, I just set the field, the global, with the new value list ID that I just created. I close and I refresh the portal. Then you see this one is activated. So let's do again without the what's the name, the script debugger in the middle of the face. I open a new window, create a new record. I said this is Nick. When I go click OK, it does exactly what the button. I create a record, so I have a new record, and it does exactly what this doing. It selects the one that I just created to be the new one is the one created, is the one selected. The new one created is the one selected. So now that I have this one selected, I can continue and doing the same thing because, okay, this is all the value list for Nick, for example, all the Nick value list. So let's say I want, my hobbies, for example. So see, now I have a new window going to another entity and doing exactly the same thing. So let me show you what this does, because I have one selected here. And now what I want everything that I'm going to create here to be related to this. You see what I mean? This is a master detail kind of organization. You have a list here. You select this, you have another list. So whatever is here is related to this category, okay? Or this accounting. There's nothing here, but vendor, timelines, So Nick has nothing for now, okay? So I'm adding a new value list that is attached, that will be grouped inside Nick. Those are groups, okay? So I create a new, same principle. I'm setting the new window, a new request, right? But remember, I have the ID of the group selected in a global. See? So just what I'm doing here now to link the new record, I'm taking whatever is in this global and I'm setting the variable, the ID foreign key, the foreign key for the value list entity with the one that is selected here. So it's doing this. So now it's linked. Whatever I'm doing here now is linked to the Nick thingy. So I want my hobbies, for example, okay? So hobbies, I have a FileMaker. I have in 2, I want sailing. In 3, I want piano and whatever. So that is my hobbies. Okay. So pinball. Forget this one. Pinball. Okay. So this is my hobbies. So now I want another entity. Okay, I want another value list. In that entity, in that group, I want another value list is place I like to go. For example, places I like to go. Okay, so I don't know, or Paris, Nice. This is the place I like to go, etc. Corfu in Greece, etc. So you have, that's the place I like. So you see now in Nick, I have multiple. But each time I create something here, it opens a new window, right? And it goes to the layouts, the entity, and then I just use new set view. You see what I mean? when you do this, you use traditional, easy to understand, easy to use, easy to debug kind of features. Like, when you click here, what, new window, new request, set field, that's it. It's not like doing fancy things and launches, or it's very simple to understand. Why? Because I am in the context. So do we have any question here, Christian? Let me monitor my.
So far, it's been
Sorry?
pretty quiet. Mikkel had asked a question at the very beginning, not related to the cards, and we can come back with that if we want to. But so far, no questions on today's presentation.
Yeah. So, and as you can see here, you can position the window from wherever you want to be positioned. Okay. So, so you see, I want that to be positioned here, and I want that to be positioned here. So, because I'm adding a value list, and here I'm adding an entity. So the window is positioned where I want it to be positioned. So, so how you do this, for example, see? So when you here, when you click the new window, you just put the coordinate of the position of the what's the name of the window. Okay, so from the top, from the left, so it's easy to do, right? You have the position of the window. If you want something more fancy, you can do something more fancy with, but that is more advanced technique, and I don't want to go there. Get window on top plus, yeah, exactly, yeah. Moki, you're right. That's what you need to do. But I wanted to show simple things. I don't want to go too complicated here. So this is another way to use car style window. So now let's go further. So far so good. So far, okay. Now you understood the difference between popover and the car style window. Popover, you need to deal with with the popover, you need to deal with a relationship and stuff like that. With the car style window, you just go to the context you want to be, and then you have all the goodness of a new record, delete record, whatever, set fields and stuff. So it's easy to understand, easy to manipulate, right? So let me show you another way I can use. I'm using car style. Actually, the main way, I'm using car style window mostly for that. Okay. So before I was using kind of a new window that was on top. It was a nightmare, but now it's way better. So let's say, see here, I have this guy is a manager, okay, and he has staffers. As a manager, he has people reporting to him. Right? And you have people in two categories: in metal, people dealing with metals and stuff like that, and people dealing with roofing. Okay, so there are two different type of staff. Okay, so I have a list of users here. I have plenty of employee kind of I have a list of employees, and sometimes a roofer staffer can be part of multiple teams, right? So I want to add, my team members, right, into my team. So I open a new car style window here, and then you can see I have all the goodness of being in a layout and not through a portal, okay, and being in a native table, and not being through a relationship. And you can see the benefits. I have a sub summary with the initial here, A, B, D, E, F. You can do that with a portal. I have a single search, feature. Okay, you can do that on portal, but it's not just a mere field with a search kind of what's the name, script step, right? And you have a show all, and you can sort by city, by state, whatever, by title, but there's no information here in that, because this is it's a dummy, like kind of it's still in construction, so it's not fully, but you got the point here. You can sort. So now what I want to do, I want to select people. Okay, so I want to select Jose I want to select Jose. Okay. And now I want to select C. This guy, see, I have a checkbox. And you say, okay, oh, I have 3 people selected. 3 people selected. I have this guy, this guy, this guy. Now I want Roberto, for example. Okay. Robert Castillo. And whatever. See, so you can select people like this, and you can unselect people, select people, unselect, you know. So how you get, okay, this is cool. It's a nice UI, and you can do that, and it's easy to do because you are in a table. If you want to do that with a portal, it's doable, but it's much more complicated. So here it says 6 selected members, right? So I selected my stuff and stuff like that, and then I say, okay, oh, by the way, you know what? I don't know. I just got a phone call. I need to go. I can't finish that now. Oh, let's cancel. Bam. You go away because you were in another kind of context. You were in another world. You know, here you are. Here you land. You are in staff here. See, you are in the staff kind of table. And when you open this, you are in the staff also. Yeah, but normally, you know, here this is on users. And so you land on the context, right? So let's say, no, I want this guy, I want this guy, this guy, this guy, I want this guy, and I want this guy. So I have 7 people selected, okay? So I'm selecting my people, and now I want to validate those people. And what I'm doing here, I say, okay, validate, boom, it's validated. So I have those people now. So I selected people, and then now I create a record to link those people to that staff, okay? And I can do the same for metal. I click here. This is for metal, and you select this, this, and you validate, and you have the people, right? So you see the benefit of this is being in the native table. You have more freedom to do things. Like, for example, the selection, deselection. This is super simple. You see, you have here, you click, and it's just a set variable. I'm setting a variable with the new staff IDs. That's it. You know, it's just and then you refresh this button here. See, when you do this, you refresh, you select this, and then you refresh this 2 button to make sure the counter. You refresh the counter here, and you refresh the check mark here. Okay, so you refresh. So you have much more control because you are in the layout. So let me show you this layout. I don't remember the layout name on this one. So let's get the layout name. Okay, so this is the layout I want to go. Okay, so go to the layout here. I want to go to this layout. So this is a layout. See, it's a layout. It's not a portal. So I have the header, right? I have the sub-summary. I have the body and just fields, right? It's not like a portal. You don't have the complication of a popover within a portal with all the filters and stuff like that. This, you are in the table, okay? In the table. So is much easier to do that. Okay, so do we have a question here? Your name, add entity object, get the position left. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, based on the object position. Exactly. Yeah, the question was that we had a question about the position of the window. I'm going to show that now. I'm going to show that how you position the window, because it's the positioning of window on FileMaker. It's kind of for voodoo a little bit, and I'm going to show that. If you want count position based on the window initial, yeah, you need to. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So Moki, I'm going to explain that. What you have to do to position the window where it should belong. Okay. New window set need to be hide. So Andre Knudsen, sorry for my accent. in the new window step, you need to set the 8. I explained that yesterday, but I can explain again. Okay, so let me explain. The car style window will automatically adjust his width and height based on the width and height of the layouts. So when we say the width and the height of the layout is this plus this plus this, which means the layout is 264 pixel 8. Okay, this layout. Okay, I mean it's this, 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 and this. Okay, the total is 264, and the width is 644. The width is this. Okay, is this that the width? Okay, if I increase it. Okay, the width of the layout. So the new car style window will adjust based on this addition of 8. The problem is when you are in the list view, you need to because FileMaker we automatically. So let's do a test here. Okay, that's a good question, Moki. Thank you, Moki or Andre. Okay, so let's say here I open the new window. Okay, and when I open a new window here, it's a list view. The window will arrive in a list view. Okay, so I need to define the 8. Okay, so what I'm doing is whatever the main window I'm starting with, I take the 8 of the contents and I remove 120 pixels. So because let's say I don't do this. Okay, let's say I don't do this. See, it says automatically that based on my understanding, FileMaker says, based on my understanding, your layout is 264. Remember the 264 is true. The layout, the header plus the subsummary plus the body altogether is 264. Yes, but it's a list view, so I'm going to add many bodies. So if I show this list view, what a list view is, I'm repeating bodies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, in repeating bodies, that's the principle of list view, right? So if I don't say the script here, if I don't say the script, where is the script? We don't have it anymore, or I close it. Okay. If I don't say the script to do this, so let's say I duplicate this, and I say I don't care about that, and I don't care about that. Okay. I don't say anything about 8 and width. Okay. Here, what happened? When I click here, this happened. You know, it's showing one body. It's showing 264.8. But I don't want that. I want to show multiple bodies. So to make sure that, you know, I'm comfortable with the window, here what I'm doing, I take, you know, here I resize the window. See, I resize the window to make sure that I can show in my small screen today, because I have a small screen to do the screen sharing. So it takes whatever is between that line here and the bottom of the from here to the bottom of the window of the layout. So pretty much it's taking that 8 from this to this. The content of the window, this is what it's doing. I'm getting the content, the 8 of the content of window, not including the bar here, not including everything. Content of window.
Real quick,
okay?
Nick, there's a conversation going on in Discord, but the person who asked the question's actually in YouTube. So I want to give you a chance actually to answer it. Mikkel want to know if you validated for if you select the same person. If you select the same person twice, I think is the question. And our team over in Discord is trying to answer it, but I'm not sure that answer is making it back to Mikkel.
Yeah, I'm going to show that. If people are interested in this, I can show it. It's off topic, but I can do it. So let me finish this. So you people, I think people understood what's going on here, right? So now let's do my way. I mean the normal way. I want whatever, you know, what I've said here. I said whatever the window content 8 minus 120. That means it will remove automatically. Will take the size of this minus 60 pixel here and 60 pixel here. Why? Because 120 divided by 2. Because automatically FileMaker will position the CalStar window in the center. So if I says shrink, take the window 8, content 8, and remove 120 pixel, it will remove 60 pixel from the top and 60 pixel from the bottom because it tries to fit in the middle. So now this is what I get. So if I put the window a little bit smaller, this is what I get. Got it? So it always put the 60 here. So that's cool because it follows. If I have the chance to have a big screen, bam, I have a big list, which is cool, right? If I have a smaller screen, automatically it will adapt. Okay, so that's why I'm using this window content. And because the CalStar window, by definition, is inside the main window, you know, it's inside the starting window. That's why I'm using the window content 8, because it's inside the content. So I want to make sure that, you know, it's so let me explain how I'm doing this. You know, select and select. Yes, I'm using the pattern count, and that is one of the reasons why I got away from the serial number. Because if you say pattern count and you want to remove the serial number 11, it will remove 11 from the serial number 11, 111, 1,000, 100, what's the name? 1211, it will remove it. 2311, it will remove 11. Each time you will see 11, you will remove it. And then everything breaks and it doesn't work. Using UUIDs, it's not possible to make that mistake because the UUID by definition is unique. Okay, so here I'm doing it. So that's a trick here, and that's a good question because it's a trick, and I understand why. I mean, that's a way to do that. Okay, you have a list. Okay, when I'm clicking here, when I do this, okay, I have a list. I have a list here. So it's the new staff ID. Okay, I have a list. Okay, but that's a problem. That's a problem. You have the first row. You have the first value. You have the middle values, and you have the last value. Okay, you have the first, the middle value, and the last value. The last value doesn't end with a carriage return. The middle values have carriage return at the end and the beginning, right? By definition. So here's the problem. If you use the pattern count technique here, you need to address that. So I said, if the selected, the one I just clicked, or the one I'm in, is already part of the list of new staff IDs, okay? Here what it's doing. That means it's there already. If it's there, remove it. So how you do that? You say, okay, you substitute from the list. And okay, so now you need to know that's how substitute works. You can put multiple substitute values here, and the first that is met, the first true. If this one is true, it won't even try those two. If he says, okay, this one doesn't work, but this one's true, then he won't even try the third. And if he says, okay, this one not true, this one not true, and then finally this one's true, he will try this one. If none of them is true, it will do nothing. Okay? So you need to know that first, you need to know that you need to find out if those are middle values. See how it is? Those are the middle values, you know, the carriage return, and the carriage return follows by the ID. That the middle values. That is the first value. The ID with a carriage return. And that is the last one. There's no carriage return at all. So if you don't do that, there's no way this system of pattern count works. No way. Or yes, it will, and you will get a bunch of blank space, right? So if you're interested in this technique, I can do a video on this, okay? It is worth a video, because I tell you what, if I don't take care of this, what I end up having is a list of ID. What I end up having is this. Okay. Let's copy the current list here. New staff IDs.
Hey Nick, if I
This
can interrupt you just for a moment, and
yeah.
just to add to it, that calculation you have there, and I don't know if you showed it in this specific demo, is also great if people want to do a multi-select and things like a drop-down or popover. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, this
definitely
technique here is something definitely that people needs to use. Okay, they need that because this allows you so many things. Allows you to be fast, allows you to be lean, to be light, to be not using fields, not using heavy calculation, heavy relationship, heavy whatever you want. It's very, very slick, but it needs to follow strict rules that are not complicated, because my script is not complicated. See, so if I don't use that, here what I get this. It says, okay, remove this. Okay, no problem. So you remove this, and then remove this. Okay, you remove this. Then remove this. You remove this. So you have a full of blanks. Okay. So now, yeah, but you remember when you select things here, I have a counter here. I count how many people are selected. So I rely on this list to give me who is selected, because I'm doing this to get who is selected. Value counts on this. You say 8, no. Well, it's not 8 people. You say 8 because I didn't remove the value. I removed the data, but I didn't remove the value. The value is whatever is inside the line, and you remove the line, is doing this. This is removing the value. This is removing the value. This is removing the value. No, now I have 5 people. I don't have 8. So if you don't use the pattern count the way it should be used, like a display here, you say, okay, yeah, that's fine. I keep the blanks. Yeah, but no. How you count the people? So you have a counter on the side that is matching. No, that will never work. Never work. It's too complicated. You understand the point? So let me finish this. So, obviously this is worth. So I'm putting notes, and I'm adding that in my calendar. I'm going to address that particular system here, okay? Because it's valid for many ways. I'm using this because this technique can be used for search, can be used for so many things, right? And obviously, after that, when I validate this, I'm also counting on this. See, I'm doing a go to red records. So to select those records, right? I'm doing a go to red records. And then after that, I rely on this list to create records. So if I have blank records, I will have blank records even in my list, in my final list here, I will end up with blank, 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 blank. So it's important. So this is was a course. So now, so you have the, so what time is it? Okay, I have some time. So this is the way I'm using CastStyle. But now you can have another way to use CastStyle Windows. Let's say where it is in work order. Yeah, in work order. So I have time counts here, and I want to add, same thing here. I want to add here. I want to add staff here. So I want to add this guy here as a foreman. So automatically it comes with, see, because since I am here in the, what's the name? I'm in the context, okay? I'm not through a relationship. So I can launch a bunch of go-to records, I can reach records directly from the table just by setting a global with the people I select here, right? I can just, set a global and then I go through a records. So I select those records and then I copy them and okay. So I selected the foreman here. I have my crew members here, and I can select other crew members. And because I am in a table, I can add those refinements. Say, okay, oh, this guy is a foreman. See, this guy is a foreman. So I tell you, in that list here, this guy is foreman. Okay, this guy do this guy do that. Okay, whatever. But this guy is a foreman. I tell you. Okay. So you can add multiple other members. So the same. And by the way, this window here is the same I'm using over there for adding staff into the team. It's the same layout. I'm using the same layout here, just the button changed based on where I'm from. But it's the same layout because it's a staff layout. It's a pick a staff layout, right? So then my validate button, based on where I'm from, I can tell him to do whatever I want. Okay, but the list is the same. So I will have one each time I need to select staff. I have one unique window for that, and then my validate button validate another thing. Okay. So let's say I'm adding more people, so add more people here, right? And then I want to add time cards. So see here, I clean. This is it's cool. It's clean. I am in another context. So I can show the people and say, okay, because here I can say, see, I have 7 crew members, right? So I want to add time card of those 7. But I say, okay, you know what? That day, Jesus was sick and he wasn't there that day. Okay. And then you can say, okay, validate this. And because, you are in there, you see how freaking fast this is? It's because you are already in the context you need to be, and you don't deal through many relationships. You don't have to, and see here, I even say which week it is. Okay, for example, see here, I'm setting a time card for that's the week 3, but this will be the week 4 of September. See, it counts the number of week here, the week 4, and I don't want this guy, and I validate the new time cards. So now I can have a week 4 and I have week 3, right? So I can see my time cards based on the week, look, you can go far and the UI is tremendous, terrific. It's clean, you know what to do. Cancel, add time card, the dates, the time in, the time out, everything clean. If you do that on a popover, it's a nightmare because you have a list, you have buttons, it's a nightmare. All of this here is native in the table. I am in the table. I am in the time entry, the cross. I am already in the table. I am already in the table that will link the staff to the time card. See, I have a cross-reference table. I am already there. Look, here I am in the context work orders. Okay? When I open this window here, I am in the context cross-reference time entry and staff. Okay? And when I'm here, I am already in the staff. See? I'm in staff here. So it's native in staff. And when I'm here, also I will be in staff. So look, see the window, the CASTA window can go far. Now I can show you another way, where the extreme way where you can use the time card. And that will be my final demonstration. Let's say I'm going to photos here. So see here, I have photos, okay? Photos, you remember yesterday we were talking about, good talking for, so yesterday we were talking about a file that was located in Canada, remember? California, Canada. Okay, so we were talking about this, an extra file, no, another file. So you have, this is one file, and here we have all the photos are inside another file, because we call that the gallery. It's a product that allows you to display photo in a gallery mode like this. Okay, so that is another file. So let's hide this. It's another file. See, I have a external data source, and this is another file. Okay, it's linked to another file. So let's hide this. Let's hide this for now. So those photos here are located in another file. Okay, so, and I want to import photo. I want to manage photo, for example. See, I want to manage those photos here. So I have plenty of photos here like this. Okay, and I want to manage them. So I go here and I'm editing this, and see how it is presented. So I have a car style that displays photos from another file in a grid view. So the grid view is part of a product that I'm selling that called FM Gallery. So you need FM Gallery to do that. But you know what I mean? It allows you to. That's why I call that the Stargate, because you have access to another file within the one window where you were. So visually you don't have a disconnection between what you were doing and what you clicked. You know, here you know what you're doing. You edit. Okay, I'm editing, and I'm seeing my result here. And then I have what is assigned, what is not assigned, and stuff like that. So, and then I can just look what is unassigned, select the picture I need, and then select whatever here and assign them. Okay. So this is what you can do with what's the name? A CASTA window. So and you can do that because you are native into the file. Here, when I go to the manage database, I am in the gallery schema. If I close this here, now I am in the roof central schema, which is completely different. See, so you open another window, and you open another file. Okay, within. So that's what I demonstrated yesterday with the California, Canada kind of thing. So now I can answer the question. And Nick walked on the.
Well, I got a couple for you, Nick. But I also just want to comment. Those last two windows you showed us, great UI in there. I love the yellow box around it and the other window.
Yeah, this is part of FM Gallery. Okay, so it's a product that I took me pretty much since FileMaker 9 to develop.
Yeah, that's
So
beautiful.
I'll let you count how many years. So I demonstrate just the gallery. See, so it's the gallery. You have the possibility to have a selection exactly like you have on the Apple Photo or whatever photo app you use. You click Shift and you select the first and you select the last. Then with Alt you can unselect this one and you can select another one here. and then you can save your selection in a different it's going to put the you can what's the name, save, delete, you can do whatever you want with this. It's kind of cool. So what was your question, Christian? Sorry.
He wants to know if you have to have the same credentials.
Yeah,
in both files.
you of course, it's like when you deal with two files, you need to have the same credential on both files. Okay, so or you need at least one credential in the file option here to open the thing in their to open that automatically without asking their the login. If you don't want to see the login kind of dialog popping up, you need to make sure that both are synced together with the same credentials. Yeah.
How do you stop the calling script from continue when it opens the card window?
The calling script. So so when you hear, and so when you stop it, I don't do a pause. I never use that technique. I stopped using that technique with FileMaker 7. So when you, I think is this the question. You never do a pause. People do, okay, go there, pause the script, and then continue the script when you validate, for example. No, I stop it. So this is what it's doing. If I'm coming from Foreman, it go there. This button here, this script here is doing two things. If the parameter number 4, the parameter number 5, or which one? Oh, no. If it's a variable already there. So if the variable is Foreman, that means if I'm coming from Foreman, is doing this. It's going to that window, the crew member, or if it's not, it's going to the staff picker. See, I have the member picker and I have the staff picker. There's two things different. They all point to the same table, but they're not the same layout. So that's it. That's all what I'm doing here. I'm not pausing. So it's easy to, if you launch this, you click here and that's it. There's no more script running. Okay. And when you click this, then I have a script here, the validate script that launched, and then I'm doing kind of a loop, blah, blah, blah. And then, I create my records and see here, I'm not even using, see, for example, people I'm asking most of the time, okay, what is the decision taker? Okay, for using a technique. So this is a great example here. You see here I'm not even trying to go Pisos and to go on server and to get faster. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing a loop here and I'm creating I'm creating a succession of records. By the way, I'm here. I am still in that window. I freeze the window. I go to the layout. I loop new, and at the end I close the window. From that window here, from that CalStar window, and you don't see. So I do my selection in this window, then I freeze, and then I go to another layout. I do what I want, and then at the end I close. So I stay in the same CalStar window, right? So why I don't even try to do kind of a Pisos here to create that, which normally is much faster. Why? So here the decision taker. How many millions of records are you expecting to create by clicking and selecting people? That's the question. How many millions of people? How many hundreds of thousands of records are you going to? And the answer of that stupid question that I'm asking is that you cannot have 100,000 records just because you select them. You need 2 days to click to get 100,000 records. Okay? No, you will have 10, 12 records, 5 records. Let's say, maximum 20 records. That's it. That's all what you get, because by definition, that is a human selection thinking. You will never have 200 million records to deal with. Okay? It's predictable. It's expected. So why do you want me to go to the pesos and stuff like that just to create 20 records? Top, right? So that is the decision maker. It's predictable that the level of the number of field of record will be very limited. So I don't need to go and press the atomic button for that. You see what I mean? It's the volume. The volume is mostly what is driving the decision maker. Okay.
Well, I think that's a great topic on kind of the UI and UX of, knowing your audience, knowing the use case. When I coach customers on this, sometimes what I'll say to them is, look, we want to find the path of least resistance for you, so let's make it just like you showed me, or showed everybody here, and I'll tell you what, if you ever find that clicking these buttons and hitting that done is slow, then let's come back and make it faster. But like you said, what is the practical realities of this ever running slow with how many people they're going to select there?
Yeah. It's like sometimes say, oh, why are you using, for example, the decision maker offer, using a filter in a portal or using a cast-style window with a find, and the decision maker will be how many records you deal with, how often you open the thing, how long are you staying in the window. For example, here you stay in the window quite some time because you need to select people. Maybe you have to search people, because here we have a limited amount of people. But if you have 200 people, 300 people, and you need to select them, you need to select 5 or 6 of them. You're going to do multiple searches here, and you show, or maybe you will sort, by name, you know what I mean. It's so you stay quite some time in the same place, so the popover is no longer great. So you see what I mean. This is. So sometimes the decision maker is how long it will stay, and sometimes is you need to put yourself in the driver's seat. I mean, you need to be like, okay, let's say I'm a user and I'm going to use that, and how would I feel comfortable? The problem is on UI UX, and even with the cast-style window and stuff, when you have to build stuff like that, it takes time. Everything takes time. Most of the people are reluctant to use those advanced techniques and stuff like that because they say, yeah, I don't have time for that. Yeah, okay. It's true. Maybe you don't have time for that. But that's the difference between a dial, a phone with a dial, okay, and an iPhone. They all do the same thing, they call people, So, but one took much more time to build than the dial-up. So yeah, so it's the question. When you have to take a decision, you need to lay down all the most relevant question. You lay them down. You eliminate the one that are not that much relevant when you think twice, and then you need to answer most of them. Okay, and then the decision will be taken. Okay.
Thank you again for joining us, Nick. If I'm not mistaken, we are going to have you quite a few more times, especially while Richard is off fighting hurricanes and whatnot. But thank you for your time. I want to thank everybody for joining us again today and every day. And this is going to go ahead and be RCC signing off for Wednesday. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him. Again, he makes the grab.